Welcome back guys, JDog here, and we're going to be doing another tutorial. This time we're going to be going over how to choose a domain name for your blog, for your website, what we're going to be looking for, and what really is going to suit you to work best for you to actually be able to grow your blog. So for those of you that are absolutely brand new to WordPress or website developing, a domain name is your address. So your www. Whatever it is, let's say it's mysite.com, that's going to be my domain. Now the way that it works is that you need a domain and then you need your hosting so you can actually host your site. You can connect the domain to your site, so then when people click on your domain it will take them somewhere and take them to the correct place. Now actually connecting them up is not that hard. We have lots of videos and it's just about changing two things, which are the name servers. That's the identifier between the domain and the hosting. I'll leave a link in the description about how to change name servers also. So let's get started, and the first thing is going to keep your domain short. Now the shorter it is, the less numerics, numbers, symbols that you have in there, the easier it's going to be to remember. The best way to think about this is if you tell your work colleague in the afternoon what your domain is, will they remember it in the evening by the time it comes to dinner time and they're all eating and they might be discussing things they learned throughout the day. For example, if I've got www.jdog.com, that's going to be fairly easy. By the time you get home later that evening, you wouldn't have forgotten about it. It wouldn't be hard to think what symbols are in it. Whereas if I had www.j-dog1576, that'd be a lot harder to remember. You're not going to remember the numbers, you're not going to remember, or you might forget where the symbols are, and less easy to actually suggest to somebody as word of mouth, or even online if they're suggesting websites. The most popular domains, the ones that I do suggest going for, are of course .com, .co.uk if you're based in the UK, .org or .net. They are the main ones, and basically, people tend to put a lot more trust in these domains rather than other ones. When you see a .com domain, you tend to take it as more official, whereas if you might get a .ga, you might wonder where that's come from, if it's fishy, etc. So, although the other domains are trustable, and you can of course choose any domain ending that you want, a .com domain is going to give you a lot more authority, it's going to give a lot more trust to the actual domain. So by keeping it short and keeping it a .com, you're going to get a much better result for your domain choice. Keywords are also a major factor because keywords are things that people search, or keep their words or phrases that people are going to be searching for that particular thing. So by using these throughout your domain as well, you're actually going to grab a lot more attention, because if your domain matches the keywords that they're actually searching for example, if you're going to be searching for blue shoes and your domain's actually called blueshoes.com, although that is quite a small niche, that it probably means that you'd get likely clicked on you first because your domain also matches the title. It's showing up with exactly what that person wants. Of course, you don't want to keep your niche that small to just blue shoes. However, you understand where I'm coming from here. You want to keep it so when they're searching for something, they realise with your domain that they're going to get the answer that way, or at least signifies to them that they're going the correct way by clicking on you. Keyword research can be done. You've got some free sites, which I'll leave all the links in the description. So you've got free site and you can search up to 10 keywords. As you can see in the search bar now, you can simply search it up, see how much people are searching them as well, or check out certain keywords or terms that you could be putting in your domain. You have stuff like Ahrefs, SEMrush, and again in the same way you can search the volume of searches to that, what sort of difficulty it has to rank for, and also what people in your niche are actually searching for. Another good thing for this is just searching on Google. Through searching on Google, you can then get a load of the results that are ranking first, so you can check the 5 first results on Google if you're searching for a particular niche that you're into. Just check out what the pages look like. What sort of pages are they? Are they e-commerce? Are they blogs? What are the domain names? What domain names are more favorable? Does it show you, does it have keywords within the domain name? Because once you can see what's ranking 1 to 5, you can then start getting some of the good points off of that and then using it for yourself. And that applies not only for your blog but also for your domain. Next up, does your domain show your niche? As we've been talking about already, does your domain actually signify to people that they're going to be searching in the right thing for that? Let's say if your site is called The Blogging Robot, they're going to understand that it's going to be some sort of blogging niche there, so that help if they might be searching for how to improve my blog, other bloggers and stuff like that. However, if I'm searching up a recipe and my domain name is called The Blogging Robot, it's probably going to be less likely that I actually click onto you, because it's not going to have any sort of relative domain to what I'm searching for. No keywords that I'm searching for within your domain. It's not in the particular niche that I'm looking for. Maybe if it had been 123recipes.com, I would have probably more likely clicked on that if the title was matching, even if they had the same titles, because I'm going to look at one domain, I'm going to realise that's not in the niche that I'm looking for, and I'm going to look at the other one, and that is in fact going to be in the niche that I'm looking for. Another thing I always do suggest as well is just checking your domain before you actually go ahead and purchase it. You can do this using the WayBackMachine. You can do this again with SEMrush or Ahrefs or something to just check back in time just to make sure it's a brand new fresh domain. Of course, you can use expired domains. However, I'd usually suggest them more for a PBN, a private blog network, where you can tend to use them better, because if you haven't done your research well and you get an expired domain which has been used for a PBN before, it's going to have almost no power and it's going to be rated quite badly from the search engines already because of its previous history. So I just suggest typing it in. As you can see on the screen now, you can just see if it has any history whatsoever. If it hasn't, that's great, you've just registered yourself for a brand new domain. If it has, it's not saying that it's not worth going into, but maybe you should watch some more tutorials that we do have about PBNs and just researching expired domains, because it could actually prove quite good if you've just found yourself an expired domain with high authority. However, it's very unlikely without a lot of research and knowing what you're looking for that you actually have just accidentally bumped into that. So I do suggest just doing a bit of research first. You don't want to bump into a domain which has absolutely zero authority, almost to the point that it's been punished by the search engines because it was previously a PBN. That'll be much harder to build even than a fresh domain with absolutely no rating whatsoever. So far we've learned that we need to get ourselves a short domain. We want to try and keep it to the main.coms, .co.uk, .org. We want to be adding relative keywords and also keeping it relevant to the niche, so when people search it up, they not only see the title of the post, but they also see our domain and want to click through more. So now let's talk a little bit about free domains versus paid domains. There are sites, of course, that you can use to get yourself a free domain, stuff like Freedom. However, as in past articles or videos that we've covered, it really isn't the greatest of service. You don't have the security of your domain. You can get it taken away. If you check their reviews, you're really going to get quite a bad impression of registering a domain with them. And they can also charge you, unfortunately, after your first year or any point during the process if they decide to. And they can also change the price as well. So really, that's not what you're going to be looking for. What you should be looking for is a good reputable company. If you come check out on SeekaHost on our domains, you can get all the major domains and other ones as well. You get the security. It's not ever going to be taken away from you unless obviously it's hit the recurring renewal and you haven't renewed it. That's going to be your choice rather than anybody else's choice. So find yourself a reputable registrar. Register with them. As you'll see on the screen, you can just do this in a matter of seconds using SeekaHost, and you have then purchased the domain for however long you want. You can actually choose longer than a year. You can click auto renew just to make sure that you don't lose it every year. You can even add an extra security so when people search back for you, they won't check out your whois information about yourself. So although free domains might maybe be good just to test out with, from my own experience and all the problems that comes with it as well, even setting up, even using the sites sometimes for the free domains, sometimes it's not worth it and you should just go for your paid domain straight away so you can start building it. Lastly, we want to check for availability. Of course, you actually want to do all this research, but you want to make sure that it's available as well. So again, using the SeekaHost domain search bar, what we're going to do is we're just going to use this just to search up a couple of domains, and then what will happen, as you can see on the screen, is that you'll get given an answer, first of all, whether it's available or not. If it's not available, they're going to give you some nice alternatives underneath that match what you've been searching for, just to see if any of these will do. If they don't, just go ahead and search another one. Once you do find your perfect domain, add it to the cart, go ahead, and then you can go purchase it, and it's then yours, ready to link up with your hosting. So that's going to be it for how to choose a domain name, or a good domain name at that. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you do have any more questions, leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We got lots of content, either Minecraft related, server tutorials, WordPress, PBNs, and all of that. So stay tuned and we'll see you again on the next video. Bye bye.